Hello, everybody. So this is Nasser again, one of the instructors for the Newark Kids Code program, and today we're going to be going over some rotating squares. Now, what do I mean by rotating squares? So basically, if you look on the script in the script area, what I'm talking about is a square or squares that are going to be constantly rotating to make a sort of squarish circle, if that makes any sense. So basically, a circle or rotating in the manner of a circle using squares. So, what do we do for our program? Well, we have our sprite here, but you don't see it on the stage area. Can anybody tell me why? Well, it's YouTube, so you can't really tell me. So, here's the reason why, because it's hidden. So, you right-click on your sprite and just show it. See? So it shows the sprite, or we could hide the sprite. Doesn't matter because it's already there. It's still there, and it'll still do the program as it's written. So what do we do for this program? As you can see, everything's already set up, so you can see how easy it is for you guys to set up yourselves. And what do we do? So we basically go to our Events tab, drag and drop the first block that we see when the play button or the green flag is clicked to run our program. Then we go to our Motion tab right here, and we tell the program, listen, I want my sprite to go to the origin, or x0 and y0. So that's the exact center of the stage area. So as you can see, it's in the exact center. Then I want it to point 90 degrees. What does that mean? That means I want it to point that way. I want it to point to the right. So we have the pointing direction right there. You just drag it and drop it, and it's already there. Now, we're going to have to show the squares somehow, right? So we can't just have them, be hidden just like the sprite was. No, we have to show them. So we put our pen color, set that to 120. And remember, when you go to Pen tab, you could set the pen color using the cursor or your mouse, which is moving around on the screen right now. Or you could use it using an argument. And in this case, it's always a number. So we could change that to 120, 100, 50, 10, whatever we want. And it's right over there. Right over there. So it's right under the pen color with the cursor. So we set the pen size also. So how do we do that? We basically go down here and we say set pen size equal to 2. We want it to be thicker than 1 because we want everybody to easily see the squares once they're rotating and drawn out. And we put the clear block right here so that we can tell the program, listen, before this program runs or the new program is run, I want you to clear everything that's been drawn on stage. Then we go to our control tab. Now that's where we find the repeat. And in this case, we drag and drop the repeat block, set it to 12, and then we get another repeat block and set that to 4. Now why is that? Why do we have 12 here and 4 here? Well, remember, we're trying to get squares to rotate. So obviously a square has 4 sides. So that's why we have the 4 right here and the repeat block down here so that we tell it, listen, I want you to repeat this 12 times, have the squares that have 4 sides and are of 50 steps each side, or 50 steps in length of each side, and I want you to rotate them 12 times to make a nice, awesome looking circle out of squares. Pretty fun, right? And we have it move 50 steps, so we go to our Motion tab, go to Move 10 steps, drag that over, change that to 50, and then we have turn counterclockwise, or opposite the way a clock would do it, and we set that equal to 90. Now, why 90, you may ask? Well, think of it this way. A circle has 360 degrees in total, right? So if we want 4 sides, or if we want to draw a square, for example, that has 4 sides, then we take 360, divide that by 4, and we get 90. So that we tell the program, listen, of the 360 degrees in a circle, take 90 degrees of that for each time you draw out the sides of a square. So that basically means that we're saying, I want you to draw a square, and I want each side to be 50 steps in length. Right? So that's for a square. And remember, it's still in this repeat block. So you have the control tab. As we said, you put the repeat right there, set that to 12. And we go back to our Motion tab, and we have the turn counterclockwise 30 degrees. Now, why do we have 30 degrees? Well, because 360 divided by 12 is 30. So in order for our squares, which are made in this repeat block, to go all around in a circle pattern, we say, hey, I want it to repeat 12 times, but since it's repeating 12 times, we have to take 360, divide that by 12, and you get 30, which is right here. So what happens when we run this script? So if you can't see, that's perfectly fine. So basically we have about 12 squares right there. And what they're doing is they're rotating, and as they're being rotated, they're drawing out each square, and they're making a sort of like a flower type of figure right there. So what happens if I hide the sprite now, you might ask? Well, it's still there, but what happens if I run the program? As you can see, like we said before, just because it's hidden or just because it's shown doesn't mean the program doesn't run. That just means that the sprite is sort of invisible to everybody. So, now you know how to rotate squares in Scratch. Click the like button below, leave your comments if you want to, and click subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is Nasser again, and thank you for watching.